After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball. Hello everyone, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 165. It is July 27th, 2015, and it is early. It is 6:30 almost in the morning on Monday.
Not quite till his bedtime.
Here, because we have things to do, and we had to change our schedule around. So we hope you had a wonderful weekend. And
it always flies by way too fast.
It does.
I need to remember.
Who are you?
I'm a person. This is my Harry Potter sweater. Harry Potter knit sweater. You guys might all recognize this from the back of that magazine.
Who are you?
My name is Talia, and I'm also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I'm Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernicle, and my hair's a mess because I just washed it and can't do a thing with it.
I got done with work and just pulled it up. I don't usually wear a high ponytail.
Yeah, I took my shower. She didn't, so.
I didn't take her shower.
If you have smell-o-vision, that's where the smell's coming from.
But
there. Okay.
I love this sweater.
It's very
but
cool.
It's getting kind of warm. So instead, you get to see Master Chief. For those of you who play Halo.
Awesome. Okay, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad that you are with us. Thank you for joining us. And well, let's see here. Let's get the newcomers. Say hello to them, especially the ones who joined officially. I like that word, officially. We have Starbuck 22, who is Rebecca. Welcome, Rebecca. I think it's Swilly 496, who is Shirley. Welcome, Shirley. Crafty Lynette R, who is, I think it's probably Lynette. I don't have a name, but I think it's probably Lynette. She can correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome, Lynette. R Wren, who is Rosie. Welcome, Rosie. X Lady Blues. I love the way she spells this. It's X as a letter X, lady, and then blues is B-L-U-E-X, and I love that. And that is Maria. Welcome, Maria. We have
Arbebla.
Bebla, Renee. Welcome, Renee. Welcome, Renee. Lily Boyd, who I think is Lily. Welcome. And she has a spinners group. That's how I found out. She invited me to her spinners group. So if you're interested, I'm not sure what the name of it is, but if you click on her name, you'll see her group. You'll be able to find her group if you're interested in a new spinners group. And then one that slipped in under the wire last night just before I went to bed was K-Pet, who's Kim. Welcome,
and just
Kim.
make sure to put that in the
things,
because I will not find your sticky note later.
Yeah, K-Pet. It is not a hyphenated. And that's Kim. So welcome. We're glad to have you newcomers.
Each and every one of you.
And yes, each and every one of you. And if you are still in the shadows, my plea remains. Please join us officially. So you can take part in the Cal Cows. Well, you can take part in the Cal Cows. You just can't win anything if you're not part of the group. So,
what are you drinking?
Well, it's morning, so I'm having my breakfast chai tea.
Versus your afternoon chai tea.
I like chai tea.
I am having Dan and Kay.
You're having Dan and Kay in your cup?
Yes.
That's kind of gross.
They're marvelous teas. I know they like this tea, particularly Kay.
Your Dan and Kay must be a playful flavor if it has Dan in it.
Classic black tea blend with lovely, refreshing flavor.
Flavor with
flavor.
You are?
With you are.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And it is in my ever-present Franciscan Gypsy Designs mug.
Mm-hmm. I have my St. Paul's because it's my morning cup of tea, and that's why I drink my morning cup of tea out of.
She's a creature of habit.
I am.
Welcome to our woman cave.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I can't do this. Right. There we go. There.
In another life, I must have been a Vanna White.
Who actually has a yarn?
Yes, she does. She does. When she got finished turning letters, she went to yarn. And it's
But
nice yarn.
the baby hat drive is still going strong.
Do you want to do that now? I guess so. Yeah.
I just am mentioning it.
Okay.
I haven't been to the thread for a while because I'm a lazy bum.
Yes.
Yes.
Stop doing that. You're going to bother people with earbuds. We did put in the thread, I hope you all saw that George was having a sale through Sunday.
I missed that.
Yes,
Which thread did you put that in?
I put it in the show-off thread, I think.
That's why I missed that. Because
I think
I'm
that's why I put it. I think we need to have a promotions thread because we have a lot of...
Because we need another sticky.
all of our stuff is sticky. It doesn't have to be sticky because we can just go looking for it and it'll pop up when we put something in it. Because we have 3 or 4 or 5 designers in our group and people do yarn and people do this and that and like to promote that. But in any event, he has some really cute baby patterns. In fact, one of the hats, I don't know if it's going to be free all the time. Check it out. It's a cute little knitted hat. And George, I really want to make that. Yes.
Yes, you heard those words.
You heard those words come out of my mouth. I want to make a knitted baby hat from George. It's really cute and it's got these little tufts on the top. It's just cute.
Little tufts.
It's really cute. I don't know if I'll put the tufts in or not, but we'll see. I have to do something because I think that's how it closes. But it's really cute.
Does it have 2 of them?
No, it's all across the top.
Ah.
With a mohawk sideways. But it's adorable. Anyway, check out George's patterns, regardless of the sale.
I'm hearing Cosby talk about the reverse mohawk. Is this the style you were going for? Reverse mohawk?
I don't know. All right, moving on.
So, the baby hat drive thread is going strong. We will be talking more about baby hats later.
Oh, and I love the chatter going on in the Autism Awareness Package thread.
I love everyone laying down on the floor together.
Yeah. Except for Patty.
Patty's in a rocking chair.
Patty's in a rocking
chair. Not
chair.
on top of the rug of people, hopefully.
Right. Yeah, Patty removed the chair from the people. It'll be a lot less likely to tip over if you're not on top of Valeria and all those other people on the floor.
Let's see, it's Blair, and Christina.
Yeah.
And
Mommy C?
That is Mama C.
Bonnie.
They're the ones on the floor.
I think there's one more, but I can't remember. Maybe there's just 3 of them down there.
Last I looked, there are only 3 people on the floor. Someone else might have joined on the floor.
They might have, but we got to move Patty's chair back or forward or something. She's not
on top of
them. The rug of people in Valeria's hallway. So anyway, we thought that was funny.
But cardiac read-along, there's not going to be as much in the way of facts. This week I have a dentist appointment after this, so I'm kind of on time limit this time.
Yeah.
And I tend to get a bit enthusiastic.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Valeria, Bonnie, that's what I meant to say. And you know what her rap name is.
Studio Von Designs.
Yes, Studio Von Designs. Okay.
Yeah, I know which one Bonnie is. And that was a really obnoxious yawn. I apologize. It's close to my bedtime, but I won't be to bed for many moons.
Many suns?
Whichever. So, the cardiac read-along, the basic things I'm going to run over. Fact that you have to work on your projects. Well, you work on something that is red or has some red in it.
I'll take my Claritin real quick.
Oh. I got distracted. Sometimes you work on it. You don't. I don't care when you start it, but as long as you work on the red or project with red at some point during July 1st to September 30th. Don't care if you finish it. Don't care when you start it. Just work on it at some point during that period of time.
And post pictures.
And post pictures. You may post 1 WIP project per picture per week. And
per project per week.
I know that's what I said.
You said 1 WIP
picture per project
per
week.
No, you said 1 picture per week.
I think she made that up.
Last time you said that, I went back and checked, and I was right.
But I don't watch her podcast, so I won't ever be able to prove it to her.
I need to watch it to make sure I watch it to make sure that it loads properly. I know you'll tell.
I don't like watching myself.
I get a kick out of it. I think she's funny.
You watch me anyway, because you look at me. I don't look at myself. That's weird. Anyway. Stop distracting me.
I don't
Gosh.
distract. You distract yourself quite well. What is it?
Gosh.
No. What does she say? What did she say? It happened one night. She says, you can do something without your assistance or something. You do quite well without further assistance or whatever. She's sitting in the bus.
Oh, heavens, I can't remember all of those lines. That movie's full of lines.
I love that movie. It's called It Happened One Night,
yeah.
and it's got Clark Gable.
We call it The Walls of Jericho.
But if you look up The Walls of Jericho, you'll never find it. It's called It Happened One Night with Clark Gable and
Claudette
Colbert, and with a cameo with
Alan Hale.
No, Alan Hale, but the ubiquitous
Ward Bond.
If you like old movies, you got to see It Happened One Night. It's so funny.
But anyhow, where was I? See what you did to me?
One project picture.
One whip picture per project per week. But it does not matter. If you already posted a whip picture, you may post an FO picture.
And she's emphasizing again.
Yes.
Because apparently when you top the air, you emphasize.
So, we're not going to have any fun facts this week. We are doing this cardiac along with 3 lovely co-hosts.
Yes, we are.
Tanya Marie, the Sampler Girl podcast, Kenneth Turbo Knitter 64 of the Turbo Knitter podcast, and then Packing Knits 1 of the Packing Knits Design Group. And
she's not a podcaster.
Who's not a podcaster.
But she does have her own yarn that she's doing. You can get it at her Etsy shop. I believe that she's still taking pre-orders or orders.
It's the Hearts of Flutter.
Hearts of Flutter yarn. Some of you already have it and are using it.
The proceeds are going to the Mayo Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
At least a portion of it. I'm not sure how much.
I'm not sure if she's doing 100% or not. I think she's doing 100%, but I'm not sure.
You can double, triple, quadruple, whatever the heck you want to do.
Yeah. As long as you're members of the groups and it fits both.
And you follow all the rules.
All the rules. All the rules. All of them. All of them. All of them.
During this period of time, if you buy any of my patterns, the proceeds will go to the American Heart Association, which is awesome and amazing and is really well worth supporting. And I talked to that on great length last couple weeks.
You talked to that to great length?
I talked of that to great length.
I'm really wired this morning, in case you didn't notice. My cup of tea. I need my cup of tea.
Yes, go hide in your tea. We went over that.
We're not going to go over the prize donations. We just want to thank our donators, Victorian Studios, Packing Knits, Mama C, and there are a couple that Ty has.
Kanak Girl, Liz Knitwiz 47, Natty Hookin, who is the same as Cupcake Crochet, Fiber Nymph.
Yes.
I think I hit
Forgot about that. And if we've forgotten somebody, we do.
She confused me by reading them off. Usually she doesn't read them off, and she confused me.
Well, I only have a few of them. You don't have some of them.
I have all of them now.
Did you take them all?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can take them off mine then.
I just need to update the actual thread, I think.
Okay.
But my notes are
and if we have forgotten somebody, it's not because we don't care. It's just not have made it on the list yet. Okay, we already mentioned Packing Knits Designs.
And I apologize that I'm a little behind on Ravelry.
I'm catching
up. Due to inability to focus.
I am catching up.
And then due to other...
I want to thank, I forget who it was. I don't know if it was Packing Knits or Pattern Whisperer. I forget who it was. It might have been somebody else completely, who sent me a link to documentaries and sent me also the Wyatt Earp documentary, which I enjoyed immensely. It was a lot of fun. My husband actually enjoyed that as well. So thank you very much for that. Okay, now, moving on. How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have 7.
Okay, well, 2 is one I can show right away. And then these are volunteers.
But you're not showing anything, so you can do 3.
No, that's fine, because then I'll be able to backload it. I don't want to show too many at once.
That's the Davina Natalia show. We have home movies where the kids were really young, and Davina had to be about 3, maybe, and Talia maybe a year and a half, and Davina was, the Davina and Talia show.
Oh, Davina would kill you.
Oh, she would. You didn't hear that from me.
Davina would murder.
Only she sings it too, and it's so cute. But now she doesn't. Now she gets irritated if I say that. So
Yes. One design is in the Kissing Bunnies bag by Ploverbird, who is no longer making bags. Just
at this point, yeah.
At this point.
We don't know if she'll come back to it if they get stationed back stateside or not, but
it is bigger than my head, and it carries a design in it, and the bunnies are going to go flying.
It's really strange because she is stateside, but she's not because she's in Hawaii. So.
And then in the Silver Shed Froggies bag is another design, which we'll go ahead and hide over here. Both of them been getting a significant amount of work done on them.
Okay. My first one is in my Silver Shed Star Wars symbols bag, which I love. Okay. It's my Colonial Blue sweater, which is from the Beginner Cardi pattern by Shannon Bowlesby. Comes from his new book, The Designer Crochet 32 Patterns to Elevate Your Style. Sizes small to 5X. So that's it's from here. And you guys have seen this pattern itself, so I'm not going to show it again. But I made a fair amount of progress on this. The only reason I go so slow on this is because it's very dark yarn. And my house is very dark. I mean, I have to be able to be in certain lighting to see. But,
and where she does most of her crocheting is the darkest room in the house.
Yeah. So you can see where my doohickey is. I did make a fair amount of progress. There you go.
Doohickey.
So, and the pattern's really nice. So it's actually further along than I thought now that I'm looking at it.
This is the easiest way to point doohickeys.
Yes, doohickeys. So I'm really liking it. You can see the pattern fairly well. It's kind of like a little boxes or something. I really like that a lot. There we go. That's better. Focused. Okay. And this is, I'm using, I had to drop a hook size down to an F, or no, an E. This is an E. And the yarn is Cascade 220 Superwash Sport, which it's a nice yarn. It's a little bit loosely plied, but
you are enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. It's very nice on the hands. It doesn't rub like cotton sometimes does or whatever. It's not cotton, but
I actually don't think I've ever worked with cotton.
You worked with I Love This Cotton before.
I've never completed anything.
No, but you worked with it.
Very briefly. Yeah. I got mad because it wasn't good for toys.
No, it's not good for toys. It is good for certain other things, but it's very, and that's also soft. But Cascade 220 Sport Superwash, it's very nice yarn. So I'm enjoying that project very much. It's just taking a little bit of time because it's finding the right lighting to work it.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Okay, go ahead.
Following this theme of Shannon sweaters.
Also
from the same book. In the Silver Shed Kitties in the News bag. XX large, as most of the bags that I have of hers are.
Love her bags.
Indeed. Is my Scarlet Huntsman cloaked hood hoodie, which is redundant.
I was going to say cloaked hood hoodie.
I believe, check the thing, but I'm pretty sure that it's called the cloaked hood hoodie.
Well, a cloaked hood, I can understand a cloak hood, but because a cloak is not a hood. So,
I'm pretty sure it's called.
Well, keep talking. I'll find it.
Anyway, I'm using, it's a pattern by Sheba Guys.
Yeah, cloaked hood hoodie.
Okay, see, so it is actually called that. It's not just me imagining things. It's by Shannon Bowlesby.
Are you trying to murder his name?
Yes!
See,
I have successfully
it's all your fault.
murdered your name, Shannon.
See? See how it goes?
Yes. Okay.
I think he'll probably stick his tongue out at you.
Shannon?
Shannon?
I'm sorry. It's almost my bedtime.
It's her excuse and she's sticking to it, Shannon.
Shannon Mullet Bowlesby.
If I say that fast, sometimes I have a hard time with the T's.
Sheba Guys. And I have done a few rows since the stitch marker. This is the ribbing.
That's really pretty. So it won't go that way then, it'll go
Yes,
this
it'll
way.
be turned. Stitches will be picked up. So.
It's a pretty color.
Yes,
and
it
what's
is.
the yarn?
I said, but you weren't listening to me. Knit Picks Capretta.
Well, the
In the
problem
colorway
is
line.
you kept having your faux pas.
My faux pas?
Mm-hmm.
These kitties have faux pas.
That's what they want you to think anyway. They have an extra paw on their tail.
So, enjoyable. And it's kind of like a whiny red. Well, the name is
A
Wine.
whiny red?
Whiny.
Whiny red?
Not whiny. Whiny.
Whiny red.
Not whiny. There's no H in whiny. Whiny is a different kind of thing. Whee!
Now, let's see here. My next one is my Hopes and Dreams shawl. I believe it is in my, let me check here. Yeah. It is in my Knitting My Bag, sweater size, Monet bag. What?
You threw tissue at me.
Oh. Okay, and this is my Just Knitted shawl from the by Susan Ashcroft. And I'm really enjoying this.
And what are you knitting it for?
I am knitting it for the Bakery Bears, Kay and Dan, their favorite color along.
It's not for them.
No, it's mine.
Your precious?
My precious.
You actually got a fair amount of work on that, I think.
I did. It just seems to move slowly, but...
But not having seen it since last week, I can see how it's grown, because I think it was half that size.
I think so. So this is what it looks like now. I'm trying. Hopefully now that it's bigger, you'll be able to get a better idea of the really pretty color. Yeah, a little bit.
What it looks like now.
So you can see you can see I guess you'd call it a tonal. I don't know, but it's really pretty.
It's tonal, but it's not, because it's got pops of green occasionally.
Yes, it's teal and green
You
in
can't
there.
really see the green now.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, there's a little bit of green.
I think I've got
like around there.
I think I've got actually exactly 100 stitches on here right now. I'm kind of keeping track. I think there will come a time where I stop keeping track as long as I do what I'm supposed to do.
Oh heavens, if it grows, you're not going to want to keep track.
So,
I have no idea how many I have in my needles for this one.
The yarn is Gourmet Stash Stout Sock.
Shout, da, 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 da.
And it's an unrepeatable because she had done, it didn't come out the way she wanted, and I have 2 of them. And I've actually got quite a bit of yarn still on the first one, so I don't know how big this is going to be. I have 2 of these skeins, and I'm really excited about it. Because I don't judge knitting as well as I do crocheting at this point. And in fact, I didn't think I was going to knit it. I got 2 so I could crochet it. And it may be that I have that other yarn left over. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Cool.
If it does, I will have to think about making
Another
something
shawl?
else. Another shawl, or maybe a pair of mitts or something to go with the shawl.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really enjoying this project. I never would thought I'd said that with 3 in US 3s and fingering weight yarn, but I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Something you might want to look up doing. And I think it's a free pattern, or actually, it was a free pattern. Packing Knits, I think it was, told me about it.
She's usually the one who tells
She's usually the one who tells me about it. That it was a paid pattern that went free for a while. I'm not sure if it's still free because it was a while back, but I truly enjoyed I'm enjoying making that. And thank you, Packing Knits, for letting me know about that.
Okay, so same general idea, talking about shawls that we started for the favorite color along. This one is Corazon. It is the Yowza Weighted Shawl 3, which is by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza Weighted Skein in the colorway Gotta Love Me. And I'm hoping to use 2 skeins in actuality, so I can get a larger shawl, but we'll see how I feel about it when I get to that point. They have 2 options for the edging, and if you watch Karen from Round the Twist, she talks about that as well. But like her, I'm going to do the ribbing. I prefer
I like
ribbing.
that too, the ribbing.
So
is the other one a ruffle?
I think it's a ruffle. I honestly can't remember because I liked the ribbing so much. I'm a big fan of ribbing. So, like I said before, this makes me think of heart tissue. It makes me happy.
Because you definitely want to wear heart tissue around your shoulders.
Heart tissue is pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, you can't live without it.
And look at that. Isn't that
very
just
nice.
gorgeous?
And her second skein is actually mine. But I gave it to you because you were whining at me.
And because of...
And because you gave me pretty blue yarn.
Uh-huh. You see, she was not going to mention that
Actually,
part.
I was going to give that to you anyway. Very pretty. I like that.
Very nice. Totally my color.
Yes, it is.
All
Okay.
right. So, on to you.
Okay.
Yourself and you.
Me, myself, and me. My next one is my Twister the Turtle, which is from Talia's Timmy the Timid Turtle. Okay. I haven't done a whole lot of work on this, but I did do some. So I'm making some progress. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to be changing colors for the shell. And I'm not going to show you the feet because I have to dig around in there somewhere, but I do have the feet done. So I'm enjoying this. I like the way this is working out in the shell.
I can give it inside out.
I do. I really like the way the colors work out. I like pooling. I know Kay doesn't like pooling, but I like pooling. Especially on a shell. It looks neat. So.
Although I have to admit, I really love how the chroma...
I do like the way the chroma works out.
Turns out you can kind of see a chroma shell poking out of there.
Yeah, that's PGs. But they don't have chroma in a DK, or they haven't worsted, but this is a DK weight. I don't want
the worsted is the original design.
Right. I don't want to make a fingering weight one.
No. I know that some people have worked, I forget, I think it was Faithful Knitter, who is Katie, who worked a fingering weight. What did you make fingering weight, Katie? Not a bunny. She made one of my pets.
Is it Tilly?
I don't think it was Tilly.
I put Faithful weight.
Oh, I can't remember, Katie, which one you did.
Well, it doesn't really matter. She did one fingering weight. Maybe the bird? I don't know.
No, it was recent. Maybe you did do the turtle fingering weight.
Well, whatever she did, it doesn't really matter which one she did.
But
it's still a good size.
It is. Well, it's a ginormous toy.
Yeah. And it can be done. It's just that my hands will not like it.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do that. But this is in my, maybe it's my bag, the larger sweater bag that she had for a while. I think she still has it. And this is my sea turtle bag. I really like this a lot. And I'm enjoying that project.
I still have a lot of yarn in this.
And?
Okay. Next one. I guess since we're talking about turtles.
Turtle.
In my Knitting's My Bag, Birdie's bag, and I can't remember what size this is. Her size has changed. So
yeah, that's a sweater size, I think, because that's bigger than a medium.
This is GI Turtle, which is the Timmy the Timid Turtle pattern by me. I'm using Baby Bee Sweet Delight in the colorways Baby Sage, Baby Camo, and Chocolate.
And that's the same yarn I'm using for my turtle, only in different colors.
I am using my awesome
new hooks.
This is an E-hook, which is a 3.5 millimeter.
That's actually my hook of choice, even though I like Crochet Dude.
Oh, I have a head done. Oh, sorry, Mom. The head's been done for a while. Where are you, head?
I have to see if I have DK weight in the black and the white.
It's a short little head.
Baby head.
Baby head. Baby turtle. I have a coworker who would probably buy every single turtle I made if I let her. She just got married and she got one of my turtles, and she told me if I ever had another turtle I need to get rid of. But I need to have some for the booth. If I have any left over, I'll probably let her know.
Right.
But I love the way this camo turtle is turning out. Look at that. That is just so much fun.
It is pretty.
I almost wish I was keeping this one myself.
I know. I'm having a hard time with my little one, too.
But I can't keep every single turtle I make, so I will just take really good pictures so I can keep the memory of it.
Yeah.
I might have to take a turtle family picture.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Get all the different turtles together.
It would be fun.
That's one of the best things about making toys, is taking all the pictures. You know what I'm naming, Brittany. You take some awesome toy group pictures.
I love her pictures.
She totally understands the fun of taking just toy pictures that are just fun. Because if you can't have fun making toys, what can you have fun doing?
Yeah.
So, there it is. Whoop,
There
it is.
Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, let me see here. Excuse me. Let me see. All right, my next one is in my Kiki-Boo bag that Talia gave me last Christmas. Well, actually, before last Christmas. It's a medium size, right? It's a medium size.
I don't know.
This is my Dark Knight, and I went ahead and changed it to the Dark Knight the way I wanted it to be, Dark Knight with the K.
Because the bat symbol,
Because
the recent comics for the bat symbol do not have the yellow.
So I went ahead
And that's as late as Hush Period of Time.
Right.
Which is the name of a comic if you're not.
Yeah. So here you can see that I was only at the top of the last stripe when I last did this. So this is another one I have to work in the light because it's so dark.
It all depends on who's doing the artwork. But this is more like Jim Lee's Batman.
So, oh, okay, that's what it is. I was wondering why that kind of...
It was the bat symbol. It's just a variation here.
So
it's a really pretty yarn.
This is Heritage, Heartland. The yarn that Turbo Knitter likes so much, and it's in Heartland in Lime, Great Smoky Mountain, and the Black Canyon colorways.
Very pretty.
So it's very pretty. The colors are very pretty, but I couldn't see myself doing anything else in it except maybe scarf. Although I may pick this up again and make a shawl because it would be pretty. I have to have my rendition of your Read It shawl.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and this is, like I said, it's in my Kiki-Boo bag. The pattern's my own pattern. I'm just playing around with stitches and working the pattern up. So yeah, Kiki-Boo bag, Heartland yarn, my own pattern.
And since we mentioned the shawl, we will talk about the horse blanket shawl. Where are you? Here. I had to change out bags because it outgrew the bag it was in. So the Corazon and horse blanket switched bags. Corazon is now in the Silver Shed nurse's cap bag, and the horse blanket moved to the TARDIS bag by Ploverbird. Bigger on the inside.
Bigger on the inside.
So I think I'm at the end of a row. This thing is going to take a while to finish because you only decrease one like every 4 rows.
Oh. Well, this is getting a little shorter.
It is depressing. But
it is a nice shawl, though. Nice size.
It is very nice. It's this lovely gray. It's kind of like it's just a nice deep gray. Smoky, not even metallic. It's
just
charcoal.
Charcoal, yeah. That's probably closest. Or soot or something. It's very pretty.
Itchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like horse blanket.
It is. But it's more squishy than a horse blanket.
Yes, well, it's the garter stitch.
Yeah.
And this is the Gaskell pattern by Sarah Jordan. It is not Sarah Jordan's fault that this thing is a horse blanket. It was my choice of yarn, which is the brown sheep lamb. What?
Where's that?
Brown sheep lamb pride's worsted in the colorway charcoal heather. Oh, hey, it says it looks like charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
And Heidi, I know that this makes you giggle. Undead. I almost said undead Heidi. Undead yarn Heidi. Yes, she's undead kitty.
Undead kitty.
But I think she says she doesn't like kitties.
She's allergic to them.
That's right. So, this is not made of kitties, though. Undead or otherwise. So, this is, I'm hoping it will soften up. I almost said soften. I hope it will soften up.
Soften.
Okay, so, back into the TARDIS it goes.
Never to be heard from again.
I would love to have this finished by the time I go to Boston.
That'd be nice.
But there's a couple things I want to get done by that time. So
yeah, I have a couple sweaters I'd like to finish by then.
My poor black sweater. It will eventually get loved again. I just need to get some things off the needles. I went crazy at some point and like cast on a bunch of things.
That's what happened to me, and I'm still kind of in that the throes of that. I want
Yes.
to make this, I want to make that, I want to make the other thing. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, my turn. Yeah. Can't show you this.
Can't show this.
In my silver shed Eeyore bag,
even though the other characters are there.
yeah, the one that's focused on is Eeyore. So it's my Eeyore bag, my Winnie the Pooh Eeyore bag. This is her large, and I'm working a pattern up. I'm doing the prototype up in Heidi's Undead Yarn in her MCN
Merino Cashmere Nylon.
So I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of it to finish the size I want to make, but I hope to get at least enough of the repeats in so I can get an idea of what needs to be tweaked. But this is the prototype for it. Bubbles.
That was the screensaver. She saw Bubbles.
Anyway. Anyway, this is a pattern that kind of was suggested by Heidi's Yarn. Someone had and used it. So that's all I can say about that. And it is crocheted. It's not knitted.
So, let me see what's next.
What the heck's okay. And she gifted me that yarn. So
in my Plover, I had to think about who made this bag. Yeah, there it is. Plover Bird, Birds on a Wire bag. This is her medium size. Like I said, though, her shop is not currently open. Is my All That Glitters, which is the Hitchhiker pattern by Martina Baim. I'm using Expression Fiber Arts Sparkle Sock Fingering in the colorway Joy to the World. And I also have another red sparkly yarn by a different person I found on Etsy that I will use when I run out of this yarn, so I can make this Hitchhiker as large as I want. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. Hang on, I can finish this really quickly. So this is very pretty. I didn't realize I stopped in the middle of the row. I don't usually do this with a Hitchhiker.
We're doing something. Oh, we're probably eating at the restaurant. We went out.
Oh, you're probably right.
We went out on Saturday to Castiglia's to celebrate her award, and the food came faster than we thought it would.
Yes, it did. Well, things were actually not that empty. They have good service. Yeah. Their food's really good.
Yeah, we enjoy Castiglia's. We haven't been there in a while, though.
I used to go there every week. But,
yeah, no.
Almost there.
Almost there.
I'm not I think last week when I showed this, I wasn't sure if y'all could see the sparkle and the true awesomeness of color.
It's a real pretty yarn.
It's got like a goldish brown at some points, a silver, and several shades of a red, mostly bright red.
Expression Fiber Arts has some very nice colorways.
And they don't have this. This was a limited time colorway. Right. They don't have this anymore.
I picked that up for her for Christmas. I have a green one.
And this is a Christmas colorway. Joy to the World. And it's got sparkle in it. Oh, you can kind of see the sparkle. Well, let's see how many teeth I have now. I guess it starts down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm headed into tooth 19. But
where's your yarn ball? That's the wrong bag.
So still a fair amount.
You might be able to finish it.
Oh no, I know I don't have enough
you don't have enough yardage.
Which is fine. I'm not necessarily wanting to stop at 42.
Right, you've got the red.
Yes. I'd rather just go as long until I decide I want to stop, instead of being worried about it.
Well, it's like a scarf, so you can keep wrapping it.
Yeah. And it'll keep getting wider and wider.
Because I have the one Brittany gave me, and I love it. I never thought I would like that kind of a style, scarfy kind of shawl but I do like it.
So it's really pretty.
Very much.
And this is for me, because I don't think anyone else is going to want it.
Well, I have the green one.
Not to mention, this is special yarn. You only got one skein of yarn. This was my one skein of yarn that I had to find the perfect project for. I was not going to allow myself to knit it until I had the perfect project. So,
And it has to be, the reason that Talia will probably knit mine if I decide to knit it is because that sparkly stuff, I'm afraid I'm going to
Yeah,
catch
because
on my
it
needle.
actually is not a part of the yarn. It's a separate string. Which you
So it's almost like doing something double.
You can't really tell.
Can't really tell, yeah.
But this, right here, is a separate string. You can kind of see there. And then you have the red. But, you know, you have to be careful to make sure to actually knit it.
Right.
Wait, your turn.
Okay, my next project is, excuse me, in my Plover Bird, medium size animals in
I
the
think
park.
you're stuck.
Okay. Park bag. Hang on, I'm stuck a little bit. Animals in the Park bag. This was one of the last ones I picked up from her. It's called the New Sky. It's the Sky Blue Baby Hat project from the Ribbed Newborn Hat by Michelle Gaylor. And I'm using a 5.0 H hook. And I think this is, I love this. No, this is Red Heart Love. Red Heart Soft. So I'm not very far on this because I just started it. Let me just
Mark off your
mark
stitch.
off my stitch so it doesn't go away here.
And just because we always like showing, when we crochet, we actually, when we put our project away, we take a stitch marker and put it through our loop so we don't lose our stitches. I know not everyone does that, so I like showing it every once in a while. And it keeps it safe.
I think it's going to be this way. It's a ribbed hat. It's not going to be this way, I don't think. I think it's going to be this way, and I don't know exactly. I'll have to show you when I finish it. But you can see the ribbing. Focus. Focus.
It's focused.
I'm not trying to hide my face there, so people can see when it's focused. But anyway, I'm only about.
And then you immediately cover your lips right after you said that.
It's only about 4 or 5 rows long, but it should be a fairly quick knit. It's not a crochet. It's not, you know, difficult to do. So I'm having fun with this. It's a really cute little pattern. Let me see if I can show you a picture of it. It is free pattern. Isn't that cute? So I'm looking forward to finishing that. And I think this one, along with the other one I was making, might be my go-to crochet ones. And I'm hoping that George's will be my go-to knit one. Yeah, so that's that one.
Okay. Oh, this one is new.
Hook go.
Oh,
Here it is. And my hook matches my.
she did that on purpose.
Well, I need my H hook, so whatever color my H hook is.
In my, this is basically become my baby hat bag. In my Autism Awareness Kikiboo bag is my Pawning for Autumn baby hat. Although it really makes me think of pumpkin spice.
So that's become my bag like that's become my hat bag as well, but it's got finished projects in it right now. So
this pattern I've used before to make some baby hats for a coworker who had twins about a year or two ago.
I remember that.
It's a Bright Colors baby hat pattern by Roxanne Wood. I'm actually using a needle size up from what they told me to use. I am using US 2.5 3.0 millimeter.
And why are you doing that?
I didn't have the other ones available.
Oh, I thought you wanted to make the size a little bigger.
No, it was simply not
Laziness.
wanting to look and find another pair of DPNs. They're probably in a pair of socks that I've never finished because I decided I didn't like how socks felt on my feet, those kind of socks. And the sad thing about that, I think I had actually finished one of the socks.
So that wasn't the Christina. You finally finished Christina.
No, but this was the Undead Yarn socks, actually. It had nothing to do with Heidi's yarn.
Which is fantastic.
Which is fantastic. It was the old vampire base, and the colorway was Freddy.
Right. That's a cool base. A cool color.
Yeah, but I just never got around to finishing it because
Excuse me.
I lost my mojo for socks.
I apologize for clearing my throat. I'm just having a rough time
She's doing it on purpose.
with my allergies today.
So I love the way this yarn works up. This yarn, I don't actually have written down what it is. Let me find it in here. It is, there it is. Sockies by Lion Brand. And the colorway is Red Hot, I want to say. Yeah, Red Hot. It does not make me think of Red Hots at all. It makes me think of, like I said, pumpkin spice.
That's exactly what it makes me think of.
It makes me think of fall and everything awesome to do with fall.
I can't wait for fall.
And it's like, almost like a self-patterning yarn.
It's very, very pretty.
Because, it's not even showing.
See, I would wear that color, and I don't like orange because it's more of a rust.
A burnt orange, and it has like these sections of green that pop. It's like a dark green.
Think of the pumpkin stem on a pumpkin.
Yeah, that kind of green that pops up, and then every once in a while I get white, which makes me think of like spice you might see like in a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah. Could even be the light of a candle on a jack-o'-lantern.
It's not what I think of, though. I think of, like, when you have, like, a pumpkin drink.
Well, that would be like whipped cream or something.
And not necessarily whipped cream, just sometimes you'll see spice on there, as well as the drink. I don't know, it's what it makes me think of.
Right, unless you put white pepper in it.
It's just, it makes me look forward to fall.
I love fall.
It makes me just think of a pumpkin spice coffee or something that's just awesome. So, this has been getting a lot of love. This is a free pattern, and I have finished the 1.5 inches of ribbing, and I am working on the 2 inches of stockinette before I have to close this up. But this has gone by very fast because I just keep getting excited about each color change and wondering how it'll work out. As you can see, one side of the hat has more green and more of the white than the other side. So it's just fun.
Very nice.
And I don't think it'll look weird or anything when you see it in the...
Well, no, because the whole pattern will play out. It's not like you have it split into two things that are going to be completely different.
Yeah. So it's quite fun.
Okay.
And I had to fold this because it's just not fitting in this my DPN thing very well. This is from Substitch Studios.
All right. My next project is not, strictly speaking, a project yet. It's in my Clover Small Jetem bag, which I picked up because I liked what it said. And her bags are really awesome. I don't use this size very much, but
you spat on me.
I use this one. This is the I was gifted this pattern by Valeria. Thank you, Valeria. Just out of the blue, just because. It was very sweet of her. It's called the Sugar Sparkle Shawlette. And I probably don't have time to do it right now, but I wanted to swatch for it. And I swatched for it with...
You have no self-control.
I do not. I freely admit that. Because there's 2 patterns I'm going to be starting probably today. This is... Luster Sheen that I picked up at the bottom of the hill. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this because I swatched with this with the proper hook, the D hook, and I knew I didn't get gauge. Gauge isn't overly important. It's a shawl. It'll affect more the way it drapes and how big it is. But this is I realized that this is 100% acrylic, and it's kind of an open work, so I won't be able to block it.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably won't use this yarn. But this is the swatch I made.
What weight is it supposed to be?
This is this is a sock weight, fingering weight. I had to go back and check. And I will go back and check my thing. I have to check it every time I pull it out to do something with. It's very soft and it's very stretchy. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. Maybe something that has more of a closed pattern because I don't think it'll work as well for lace because you can't really block it. I guess you can steam block it, but knowing me, I'd probably burn it. So I don't want to do a Karen fiasco and burn something.
Karen didn't burn it.
It was on the stove. It was on the stove.
Yes, but she was trying to dry it quickly.
Yes.
Because she heard of Yarn Harlot doing it.
But I have to go back to watching Karen. I used to watch her. She's very entertaining. I like her.
Another night nurse.
Yes.
Who stays up all night.
But anyway, this one is. I think I'm going to like this pattern, Valeria, very much. It'll probably have to wait until maybe after Christmas for me to start, because I have a couple other things I have to start first. But I am looking forward to doing this, because this this has been on my queue for at least 2 years. And it wasn't because I don't like it. It's because I keep putting things on my queue and never picking it up. So
I think we all have those patterns.
yeah. So Valeria, when I told you that, it was to tell you thank you very much, because I
You had the kick in the pants.
I needed the kick in the pants to pick it up, because it's been on there and I love Linda Perman. So
You made something else about
her sweater, my blue sweater is Linda Perman. So thank you, Valeria. It was very sweet of you, and that was one of my stash enhancements. But
Got a curl.
so I want to thank her for that. Had fun making the swatch, so, which is saying something.
Because neither of us really enjoy
Oh, I
swatching,
hate
though we
swatching.
both do it.
I hate swatching, but I've done enough things where I figured out that I have to swatch.
Yes.
Especially with crocheting.
How many do you have left?
That's my last one.
Okay, I only have one left.
Oops, this is.
So, in my Creepy Llamas bag by Cloverbird, this is her sweater size,
Creepy mama.
but her old sweater size, not the new one, which is big as the bunny's one. The bunny's one is bigger.
Yeah, both she and Knitting's My Bag kind of played around with their sizes a little bit, so we have a couple of different sizes for their big ones.
This is a Fisherman's Cardigan, which is a Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen. And I'm using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the Barley colorway. I've got detailed notes on my project page about this journey.
She spent a lot of time yesterday ripping out. Was it yesterday or the day before?
The day before.
Yeah.
And it was dropping down, and I kept not focusing and having to fix mistakes.
Yeah.
But well worth it. Hang on, I'm stuck.
Stuck.
There. Why am I still stuck?
Do not know.
There.
The Creepy Llama bags ate it. Creepy Llamas.
So, a lot of progress has been made.
Yeah.
The back is complete.
Yay.
Boy,
Isn't that gorgeous?
I have stitches held for the shoulders,
Now explain to
shoulder saddle.
people who like me who don't know how you do this. How do you put this in here? How do you put that into your stitches to make it hold?
I just take a needle,
Mm-hmm.
and while the knitting needle is still in there,
Mm-hmm.
I take a sewing needle and just stick it in underneath each of the stitches with the yarn. And there, as soon as I have the yarn, like, parallel to the needle, I can pull out the needle.
Right. So you do it when it's on the cord, though, not on the needle itself. It seems like it'd be hard if it's on the needle.
No, I've done it on the needle itself, because sometimes I'll just go and get the needle and be like, okay, it's on the
Oh, right.
needle, and then I'll slip the stitch off. And
Yeah, I see. Okay.
if that makes any sense, with me not having yarn and
Right.
no,
yeah.
all
Okay.
that available. But, oops, that's upside down. So I have the part bound out for the back of the neck, which is here. And I have where the shoulder saddles will be on waist yarn. The right side is completely done.
Yay.
The right front. See where my arm hole is going to be?
I thought it was for your neck hole.
So,
That's going to be very nice. Oh, yeah.
like that.
Oh. There we go.
Something like that. And
And this one does have a button band. Are they going to put on, right, a button band?
no, this is going to be zippered.
Zippered. Okay.
Um,
Do you have the zipper already?
no, not yet. I have several zippers. I have to see if I have one that fits.
Well, it has to be this kind of a color, though.
Unless
it matches.
it's gonna hide underneath. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
'Cause, and then I have the left side. I'm starting the left front. Then after that, I have the shoulder saddles, the sleeves.
I've never heard it called shoulder saddles.
It's
Shoulder blades, right?
well, no, it's because it's actually worked in short rows,
Oh, okay.
I believe, and it has its own pattern for the shoulders. And then I have
that's
a collar to do. That's basically the same as the back pattern. It just sort of lays back there. It's like a shawl collar.
I like the shawl collars.
But it's not really gonna be able to be flipped up. It's just for it's stylistic thing. Gives you extra fabric on your neck. So a lot of progress on this, Allison. Actually, I stopped posting on Instagram once I started doing the right front because I wanted to surprise Allison.
So you better say something, Allison, because she wants to surprise you.
And I didn't want you to see it until the podcast. So this has been getting a lot of love. I would love to have this done by September and October. Because then I could wear it at the Fiber Festival, I could wear it to retreat, I could wear it to Boston. Oh my gosh, Boston in October with this thing.
Oh, that'd be great. That's what you wear in Boston in October.
It's
November.
a conference for healthcare people. No one's going to care about my awesome sweater.
Yes,
but
they will. They're going to say something about it.
They'll think it's store-bought. Which sounded really arrogant, but...
Well, they don't, most people who don't do the fiber arts don't think of people as making their own sweaters.
Particularly something this complex. This is a complex pattern. I would not mark this as easy. I made multiple mistakes on this and had to pull back. I
need to finish at least one of my sweaters for this fall.
But I am in love with this sweater. And Dad, whenever I have it pulled out, he just loves this thing.
He likes it when we do plain colors. He doesn't like it when we do...
Well, it's not just that. He loves
the cables.
Complex cables.
He used to wear a lot of sweaters like that.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, not the zip, but a pullover.
Dad?
He had a fisherman's sweater pullover.
Like, he never wears sweaters.
Well, we're not in Boston anymore.
I thought he considered it girly or something.
I don't think so. I mean, I had to ask him, but I remember him wearing at least one of them. It was off-white.
Huh. Because I've never seen him wear one.
Well, no, he doesn't anymore.
I thought he had opinions about that sort of thing.
He has opinions about a lot of things.
But, yes. I'm very happy with this.
Okay. Do you have any more?
Nope. I was saving the best for last.
Okay. FOs?
Go ahead and go because I'm tangled in my yarn and I only have one.
I have 3, but they're all the same kind of thing, so let's see here. In my Kiki-Boo Puzzle Pieces bag that Denise kindly gifted us this last Autism Awareness from
yes, thank
you,
Denise.
Knitting Den podcast and Kiki-Boo bag.
Not that I expect Denise to see this anytime soon, because I know she's going to be way behind on her podcasts with being home right now.
Okay. Oh, I did leave in the answer? Yeah, I did. Okay. I have 3 baby hats. The first one has the very creative name of Confetti Hat number 2 because I named a different one that and I didn't want to change it. It may change later. And it's the pattern I did on my last
Confetti hat?
I've done this one before. It was a plain solid color. It was purple. So this is the same pattern. I have this one, which is from the Quick and Easy Preemie Hat pattern by Katie Peterson. Katie Peterson. This one is the same hat. It's in it's actually, and I love this yarn, cotton, which actually I was surprised it came out a little bigger than the other one. A little more open. It's very soft because it's an I love this cotton, and I love this cotton. It's a very soft drapey. It almost wouldn't hold the hat. But there it is, that one. And then my third hat, I think this is Knit Picks Brava Worsted. Now, I played around with the pattern a little on this. I don't know if you can see. This is this pattern, the stitch pattern I'm using on my sweater. And I wanted to close it up a little bit. It's a little bit of a more narrow hat. You can see it's a little more narrow. But it does stretch.
We didn't bring him in at this time.
I forgot to bring him in at this time. It does stretch. I think what I'm going to do on the next hat I do with this pattern is alternate the rows that she has written and the rows I played around with and see if that gives it just a little more stretch. But it should be just fine for a smaller baby or a preemie. And it does, like I said, does stretch. So maybe after some wear, it'll be okay for a while there. So those are my 3 FOs, all baby hats.
And I finished my baby hat. It was a little longer than I wanted it to be because they said 5 inches. But I figure as the baby grows, it'll continue to fit. You know, when they start out, It can be like that. Fold it over, and then as the baby gets bigger, can roll down that cuff, and because it stretches quite a bit with the swirls, and I love. Look how pretty that is.
That's gorgeous.
The only thing I'm not happy about, like I said, is it's rather a long hat.
They can fold it up.
Yeah.
And we did take the
This is a free pattern.
Ty did take the baby hats in.
Yes. After the last podcast.
So those will be going in later.
Yes, I'm gonna wait
to get some more.
Before I send these in.
Well, I've got another one in here that I'm working on. And
I'd like to maybe finish the orange one.
So we'll have a few more, and if any come in, we'll have those.
And I have a new free DK hat pattern that I picked up. I'm just waiting for my DPNs to come in for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying some carbons, and I'm trying the higher sharps with that hat, and I have a lot of DK yarn around.
And as you may have noticed, if you've been looking in the threads, and we mentioned the thread, the packages have all gone off.
Yes. So everyone in the hallway, be prepared.
Yes. Now, people who are waiting in Valeria's hallway may have to wait a little longer because she's overseas. But if you're in the States, you should be getting them in a few days. Because I think we sent them off Friday before the commissary. So Friday. So people who are really close to the Virginia area might get it in the next day or two, but you should have it by the end of the week if you're stateside, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Please let us know that you get it in the threads so we can see it.
Yes.
So we know that you got it. And we hope you like it. We hope you like what you got.
Indeed.
What you want, and we thank you for participating. Let's see.
Royalties.
Royalties. Do you have any royalties?
Do you?
I do, but I want to wait.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. We can show this one. This came from Eleanor. Liz
Knitwiz?
Liz Knitwiz?
Yeah.
I put it in here.
It's Liz Knitwiz
47.
Yes.
Liz Knitwiz 47 with Eleanor. She sent us a wonderful package. I was surprised. She sent me a note. Did you get it? And I'm looking at it.
Because she'd been talking mostly to me.
But it had come in that day.
Yes.
That day that she sent it. So she sent us a really nice package full of stuff.
Actually, there's a nice smell to that.
It does have a nice smell to it. She sent us a really nice little note that I'm not going to read to you, but it's a very nice note. Let's see. This is a scrubby that I'm probably going to use under a plant or something instead. It's too pretty to get dirty washing dishes.
Yes.
I just love that. And I think this is similar to what she has on her Ravatar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same colors. I love this. I wish I knew how to make. Well, this is knitted, so I probably couldn't make this yet. But
that's harder, Mom.
It's beautiful. So there's that. She sent this hat and said whoever fitted it or whatever. So Davina fits in this.
Yes.
And she was really excited to get this. It's a very, very
And it was something
nice
she was playing around with. It's
beautiful, really pretty pattern. Can you see the pattern?
Got some
kind of swirly, twisty things. It's not quite a cable, I don't think, but it's half a cable maybe. It's really pretty. I like it. And it's kind of a tweedy yarn. So
I wouldn't be able to knit with any yarn like that. It would drive me insane.
I like it. It's really pretty.
Because I would be one of those people who'd be picking out the tweeds while I'm knitting.
This would make a really pretty, like, teddy bear or something, because you get that vintagey kind of...
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I just can't knit with that kind of thing. It drives me nuts.
And this is also for Davina. Davina flipped over this.
Yes.
The reason Davina's not on today to show you this stuff is because we are on a time limit.
Yes.
But she gave her these.
And we weren't sure how tired I'd be.
Yeah. Eleanor gave her this, and Davina just loves this, because I don't know if you realize this, but I think we mentioned she has her ups and downs, and sometimes she has more downs than ups, and this is really good, nice for that. And then she sent us some hooks and needles.
Yes, and these are prizes.
These are prizes. Whoops. I think the hooks are prizes. I think the needles are prizes. So she sent us some needles. These are circulars. We've got...
and it looks like they're mostly larger sizes.
We've got some DPNs that are
10.
6 millimeters.
Oh, yeah.
6 millimeters. I don't know what 6 millimeter is. It's probably like an
It
8.
says right there.
Number 10. Okay, and then we have 15 millimeter, which is
16. Oh, 16-inch cable.
16
I'm
inches,
sorry.
yeah.
It's a 15 10
millimeter, yeah. And this is a 6 millimeter. So, and then 8 millimeters.
11. Yeah, 11.
And
an 8, which is
5 millimeter, and 5.5.
And these
millimeter.
are attached.
These are attached, and these are DTNs, and they'll probably all go together
Mm-hmm.
as a prize. The hooks will probably go to Davina. Because she's always, for her toys, she's always looking for more hooks.
Yes.
So these are awesome, and she will get a kick out of them. And we really appreciate the thoughtfulness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Liz. This one is a size F. So thank you very, very much. We
For
are
your
so
generosity.
very appreciative. It's always fun to get things in the mail and to give to you, or sometimes we get gifts in the mail, which is very nice, and we do appreciate that. The people who think of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. I'll give Davina her stuff. She's excited. She gets all this stuff in the mail, and she gets all excited. So that's that. Do you have something to show?
Well, not to show, but I received the Woodburn cardigan from Blair. Thank you very much. It was on my wish list. I have to finish a couple of other sweaters before I even think of it, because I have the white sweater I've been working on pretty consistently. The black one hasn't been worked on in months.
Yeah.
And then the red one has been languishing.
Yeah.
So I have things I need to finish.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely gift, thank you.
And I already told you that I received a pattern from Valeria.
I have 2 more things to show.
Okay, I only have one, so you go.
Okay. Sorry, guys. It's starting to hit me.
Yeah.
So.
Hit you with the rhythm stick.
Hit me with your best shot.
Don't you hit
With your best shot. You know that, what's her name from, Zorro was, Catherine Zeta-Jones was in, the movie with Tom Cruise where they sing that song. I never actually watched Rock of the Ages, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't actually watch the movie, but I like her.
Yeah.
So when she's singing, I always try to look for clips. Because she does actually have some talent in that area. You see it when you watch the Tango, the Jailhouse Tango, the one that's about the women murderers.
I didn't see that, so I'm not talking about.
Oh, guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Excuse me.
And she had a singing and dancing part in that, and she can
Well,
sing
she's a
and dance.
dancer. She's a dancer.
She's good. Anyhow, there's nothing to do whatsoever with Walk Away, which is not a yarn that's around anymore. It's discontinued. And Mom gave me some of hers for baby hats, and this is the colorway Waltz 6031 if you're really curious. So this will make really good baby boy hats.
Hey, beautiful girl. It's got enough yellow and stuff in it.
Yeah. So, and I made my hat I last finished out of this. Where did that hat go? Oh, it's over there.
Yeah. I'll show it to you here.
So,
is that the same yarn?
yeah,
But
it's a different colorway. And I'm guessing that Mom wants to save her last one for last. So, this is yarn I was waiting for from Heidi. I snagged it before anyone else could. 2 skeins. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this.
Teddy bear.
Well, I was thinking a bunny.
Toys, Heidi, toys.
But I just can't make up my mind.
Here's the werewolf face, right? No, it's worsted.
This is her new worsted.
Yeah, I was looking for colors in her worsted, but she doesn't have any in there yet.
It's because I stole the 2 new.
Yeah, I don't want the one pile.
The 2 colorways in the new worsted base. I stole them before anyone else could get to them.
Well, I saw them, like, I don't know what I want to do with it. Because I saw it on the podcast, and I thought, well, let me think about it.
And then I got it before anyone else did.
Yeah.
I've got, she said tea with it. One is Good Earth, and it doesn't say what kind it is. I think this is usually a chai tea. I know that he's unshy.
Yeah, they do chais, but it usually says. This might be a black tea.
It might be. It doesn't say. And I love this from the last yarn I picked up, Sweet and Spicy. That was really enjoyable. I look forward to having
Good Earth
that.
is a good tea. I have some of that in my stash.
So, I love this. Heidi's been trying to expand her palette.
Oh, Heidi, some of those colors you've got coming out now are absolutely fantastic. She put a new one in, but it's in the wrong base for me. So
there's a bunch of really pretty new ones. I love this.
That is gorgeous.
It's got like oranges.
Well, I like the fact that there's no actual bright white in this.
Brown and blue.
Pink.
Yeah, it's just, but it's all just, it's called quicksand.
Yeah,
it's just really nice.
Where you might see white is more tan for sands, which is really pretty.
It's just really pretty. Not my normal color choice, but I love it, and I had to have it. And I already know I like working in space. Well, I didn't know it at the time. I just had poor self-control at the time. But picked up both skeins. I keep haunting your shop for more. I want it in, is it Purple Vein?
Yeah, you like that one.
It's a really pretty color.
I want it in Shire. And I want it in Mike and Sully, but I know she said it's hard to do Mike and Sully in a, it's hard to do that one.
And this is about, let's see.
Cookie Monster would be pretty in that too.
218 yards, it looks like.
The Magician. I like a lot of her greens.
So this is a little over 400 yards.
Yeah.
So, decisions.
Very pretty.
I have enough here to make a bunny if I really wanted to. I just can't make up my mind.
Okay, let me just finish this couple of stitches, and I will show you my last stash enhancement.
So this will languish until I find the perfect project.
Yes. Let me just get this last stitch in. Let me find my stitch here. There it is. Oops, there it is.
Oh, very good.
Okay, let me close this off. What did I do with my...
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. I left it on the project. Okay. My last... I didn't buy this one. My last stash enhancement. I won it from the Turbo Knitter podcast, which is run by Kenneth, who is Turbo Knitter 64.
The Turbo Knitter.
That Turbo Knitter. The Turbo Knitter 64, which we love him. He's wonderful, and he's one of our co-hosts.
Yes.
And I won his July finished objects prize. So it's a silver shed bag, and I forgot what they call this. Forest Animals, I think is what they called it over at Leading Men Fiber Arts. So this is the bag, and the yarn, I'm going outside the box a little bit.
This is my colors.
Mine.
She must have picked it up for me. Look, isn't that not totally my colors?
No,
I think she needs to make something for me.
Mine.
Look at that. Red, orange, yellow. Those are flame colors. Those are my colors.
I was looking at that for a long time, so I picked it up.
Totally my colors.
And I already know what I want to make with it. So I actually have the pattern in here. No, mine.
Colors.
See, I have the same colors you do.
My colors, totally. You never wear those colors.
Mine. I used to wear them before you were older. Okay, so that's mine. I actually have the pattern in here. So
she's blues and greens and all those colors. My colors.
And it's got a little blue inside. I love the bag. I love the yarn. And I will probably be coming back because their prices are very reasonable. Leading Men Fiber Arts. So if you haven't checked them out, you might want to. I haven't used the yarn yet, but I'm very impressed with the colors. And they are quite reasonable. So that's that.
Okay.
Thank you, Kenneth. Okay. Do you have any autobiography?
I have a quick yarn. That's fine. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, I have finished the 6 Wives of Henry VIII. Yeah. I came away really wanting to read more about Anne of Cleves, and I don't know if there's any other material on her. Mm-hmm. But I really came away liking her a lot.
Right.
Really enjoyed this. Actually, one of the places that were mentioned was Sudley, which we visited with the Bakery Bears. Which I actually stopped at one point reading the book going, Sudley. I visited there with the Bakery Bears podcast and their places to knit. Oh, cool! But this book is now finished. It was very enjoyable. I am now reading, and this is by Alison Weir. I am now reading, just started reading, Children of Henry VIII by Alison Weir.
Because you're on a tutor kick. The answer is you can't have any more books because you're on a tutor kick.
Well, it's just what I'm interested in reading right now. After this, I'm planning on reading Wars of the Roses. And I also have, and this is a topic I've been interested in a while, still kind of connected to tutors, is Mary Queen of Scots.
Mm-hmm.
And the murder of Lord Darnley. I believe that's Darnley, something like that.
Kay and Dan can tell you.
Yes. I have the book coming in. Because I heard a podcast actually on that subject matter, and I found it fascinating at the time. But, yes. Didn't read I didn't finish it as soon as I thought I would finish it, the 6 Wives of Henry VIII, because I had a really busy work stretch and I was exhausted each day because I got home, so I got very little reading done. There was a point where 2 nights in a row I started reading and I didn't get very far before I started falling asleep, so I had to put it away. So I was reading like the same paragraph for 2 nights in a row. But that's really most of my extra. I'm still behind on podcasts, although I'm catching up slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm kind of dividing my podcasts into what I really watch. I have picked up podcasts I haven't maybe watched in a while, so I need to go out and clear out a little bit. Some of them are not even podcasting anymore, so I need to clear that out. But I'm kind of caught up. I have one to do for the Bakery Bears, but I think I'm caught up in everybody else. I wrote almost 1,400 words to the shared story for Talia. And I have some things running around in my head for that. I did 4 critiques for my Writers Village University, so I did that. And I'm almost finished with my Sherlock Holmes. I'm reading the final problem, in that it's called The Final Problem. If you're familiar with Sherlock Holmes, it's one of the stories.
That's the famous...
Right.
With
Moriarty. So,
but not the one where he comes back.
No, that's the 7% Solution, I think.
No,
7%
that's Solution. 7% Solution wasn't even written by...
No, it wasn't. That was written by somebody else. I can't remember what the name of that, but
because I remember he's actually watching someone's silhouette from another house across the street. Mm-hmm. And also he shocks poor Watson half to death.
Yes.
At a used book stand, I believe.
No, he was in his office. He was in his office.
Well, the first time Watson saw him, he didn't register. It was at a used book stand. Then he ran into him in the office later. Right. I haven't read that book, that particular story in a while.
I have to read that again, but I'm almost at the end of this particular anthology, so I went looking at my bookshelves and thought, because I love medieval history. First of all, right now I'm sort of on a Wyatt Earp kick, so I'm thinking about getting something to read on him. But I'm also I love history, and I went through and I saw, I have all these medieval history books I got when I was doing more fantasy writing to be background and stuff like that. And some of them are actually readable, not just facts.
Right.
So I'm like, I need to read some of these. And I have some on Kindle as well, so I need to maybe start reading some of those books, and maybe that'll help with my writing a little bit. I don't know.
It might, because we tend to write medieval.
Yeah, so, I mean, with, what do you call it, exceptions, or, everything is consistent. As long as it's consistent, it's okay. We're not stuck in the medieval, but that's the general background and feel of it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And other than that, I don't think there's much else.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we need to just say
adieu.
Well, we want to thank Paulie81, right?
Yes.
He mentioned us on the Cat Lady podcast group as one of the podcasts he really likes to watch, and we appreciate that. Cat Lady podcast is a newer podcast. If you want to check her out, I am in the middle of or just finished her first one, and she knows a lot. So you might want to check her out. She's kind of
There's a lot of talented people.
A lot of talented people out there. I want to shout. I also want to do a shout out for. I already did listen it with 47. Sissy Knitting and Crochet and Pettis Kim for comments on YouTube. And if you have commented on YouTube since I last checked yesterday, or the day before yesterday, thank you for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying a lot. Oh, I watched Benita's. I think she's the. What is it?
Sorry for moving the table.
Her podcast is. Oh, I can't remember the name of her podcast. I'm sorry, Benita. She has a very good podcast. She's another one who's everything, and her husband does she told me about a podcast her husband does. I think it's called Scott the Storyteller, I think is what it's called. I think he's a comic book artist or something. I put it on my queue. I haven't watched it yet. And then another one that is, I think it's by PBS, called Crafting in the United States, or the USA. Crafting in the
I feel like I've heard of that before.
So she's very informative. Benita, I wish I could remember what her group's name is. I can't offhand, but if you check on her, she's in our group, and she, if you go to her podcast, you can see, she mentions, I think on her last podcast, these two podcasts, and they're really good. So, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I'm kind of fading.
Okay, so we want to wish everyone, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming and joining us, and we hope to see you next week. We wish you a very blessed week full of everything that you like, knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever kind it is. And this is Pinhook and Needles Podcast, episode 164, and that's a wrap.